guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I figured I would play in some new makeup products. If you guys watched my last video, my vlog, I did do a mini Ulta haul, and I told you guys I was gonna be putting these products to use, which I did do in today's video. And I do have some hits and I also have some misses. So if you guys want to see how I came up with this makeup look right here, then of course let's get started. Alright you guys, so starting off, I did pick out my Colourpop All Things Equinox eyeshadow palette as my palette to use for today's video. And then I also selected my Believe Beauty Lock It In eyeshadow primer. So if you guys didn't watch my vlog, I did feature some new products in that vlog because I did some shopping online at Ulta. So this is going to be one of those new palettes right here. So hopefully you guys can see that fine. And then here is what the inside look like. I think it's so pretty. It's going to be more of your cool tone side of the shadow spectrum in terms of like those silvers, those like lighter purples. You have like a few golds in here, so it's definitely not the norm in terms of my preference for eyeshadows, which is fine because I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone. So I cannot wait to try these out. Let me just swatch a few shades. Ooh, that feels nice. Alright, so here is that first color swatched on my hand. Let's swatch this one. This color don't feel as nice as that first one, but it's still swatching really pretty. And then let's do one more. I have no idea what look I'm going to create yet, which I never do when I film my videos. I need to start like planning out my looks in advance, but I just tend to just sit down on camera, turn on the camera, and then I just kind of get inspired in the moment. So yeah, we're going to be doing the same thing again today because I have no idea what to create. But let's go ahead and prime my lids. Alright, so going into the palette, I'm going to take the color, called Nebula. It's going to be this, it's almost like a purpley brown grayish kind of color. I'm going to take that color and put it right into my crease as my transition color. And if you guys are wondering, I do have on my press-on nails. If you guys watch, I want to say it was one of my older videos where I had the long purple color. It's going to be the same press-on nails that I got from Amazon, but again, I just always painted a different color. So same thing, I just painted the nails a different color. So yes, I have not been to the salon. I haven't been to the salon in God knows how many years to get my nails done in terms of my actual like nails. It's been a very long time. Y'all know I am part of the press on team gang. I was part of that team before quarantine. Everyone is like jumping on the train, and I'm like, if y'all don't go back to y'all nail salon and leave my press-ons alone, everybody is doing press-ons. And I'm like, listen, save the press-ons for me. But y'all know, if y'all watch my vlogs, I have a whole store in my bedroom, so I don't really need any more, but I can't help it. I do want to try the it's like the gel nail version of the press-on nails where you use like the gel to help I guess adhere to the nail. I don't know, I'm not a nail tech, but I've seen people, I guess, do that route. Like for the ones who don't want to do press-on nails, like the actual like glue and nail, they're doing this whole like nail system. So I did say I might try that next. Not now because I have so many press-on nails that I need to kind of like get through first, but I do want to try it. If you guys know what I'm talking about and you have tried it while you have been at home on quarantine, let me know like your thoughts on it. Do you like it? I seen Alyssa actually do a video on it, and I am convinced to try it, but I don't know yet. So let me know if you have in the comment section below. All right, so here is the color this far. It's like a purplish grayish kind of color. It's a really pretty color. However, I don't think I like the color on me per se. I guess because I'm so used to see myself in like the warm tone kind of the color spectrum. So seeing myself in like with cool tone shadows on is a little bit different. So I'm gonna have to like get used to it, but I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not like, oh my god either. So diving back into the palette, I think I'm gonna take the color called Alter Ego. Is going to be this color right here. They have some really pretty shimmer shades, like even the one called Intergalactic. This one right here is really pretty as well. You guys can see the colors, but I'm gonna take this one right here. All right, I'm gonna spin my brush because I'm not seeing anything. It's like a gap right there. Oh my god, it's looking like the same thing. I can't. Y'all, I'm struggling with these colors. Like, it looks like the same thing. Like, I pretty much put the same thing on my lid. Lord Jesus. Okay, let's go over that because it looks like the exact same thing. So let's go over that and let's use the color next to it called Intergalactic, that color right there, and put it on my lid because that is literally the same thing. What is happening? Okay. Okay. All right. So as you can see, you get a ton of fallout on the face. I don't know if you guys can see my face. And then the shadow applied much better with my finger versus the brush. Even like wetting the brush, it still was not giving me that oomph that I was looking for. And then I don't know if you guys can see, but you have a lot of like pickup and like it's crumbling. So keep that in mind. All right, so I changed out my brush to my MAC 239. Just an eyeshadow brush, and it's definitely applying much better with this brush. I was using my Profusion brush earlier, and yeah, but it's definitely applying much better with my MAC brush. So keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna move on to the face. Just gonna put a pause on the eyes for now. Going into my face primer, I do have the Revolution Hydrate and Prime primer. I told you guys that I had my eyes on this for a while, but I just kind of like never bit the bullet. When it comes to face primers, I don't really try that many that often, but I'm trying to, you know, try different ones. So I went ahead and purchased this one because they had a promotion on their product, so I went ahead and bought it. So it's going to be that lotion type consistency. As you can see, it's also like watery as well. When I initially swatched it in the vlog. I told you guys it felt really watery, which I like. However, it did dry down, so it doesn't last forever in terms of being watery. So if you have oily skin, I think you should be fine, but it does dry down really fast once you like rip it into your skin. It feels kind of tacky, like when I do this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It feels really tacky, so maybe it'll help to make the makeup grip and last, but it does feel tacky. So moving on into foundation and concealer, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just gonna be my Maybelline Superstay in the color called 340 Cappuccino, and the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage on the eye concealer in the color called Caramel. Just going to go ahead and apply these two products because again, it's nothing new, and then we'll move on to the next products afterwards. Alright, you guys, so my foundation and concealer is on. Moving on into my loose powder. It's going to be the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Lid Powder. I featured this product in my last makeup tutorial, and I told you guys that I was kind of like up in the air with it because it kind of like clinged to some areas on my skin, which I did not like. So I wanted to give it a try because I'm using, of course, different products today. So I do want to give it a try before I rule it out. I am using the, it's the Believe Beauty sponge. I was using it for my foundation and concealer. I will say that I'm not like in love with it, but I don't hate it either. It's not the most softest sponge that I've tried. It's almost kind of like dense. I don't want to use the word hard because it's not hard. It's just kind of like dense. However, you do get like some bounce with it, but it's just not soft like I like my sponges to be. But it gets the job done. As you guys can see, my skin looks really nice and, you know, flawless. And I like the way it kind of like cuts my eyeshadow to give me that nice sharp line. I like that part of it, but it's just kind of like dense. But anyway, so just gonna take it to set under my eyes. And if my foundation look a little bit more orange compared to my actual skin, I apologize. Your girl, y'all know your girl have not been getting any kind of sun, so we're gonna ignore that. Alright, for my pressed powder, I'm going to use my Black Radiance pressed powder in Warm Hazelnut. I told you guys it has easily become one of my favorite pressed powders in my collection. So just going to set the rest of my face. Surprisingly, as of right now, I don't see where it's clinging to anything yet so far. So that makes me excited. Because again, I did like how my face had looked when I initially set it. In terms of looking like nice and smooth. I just did not like the clinging of the product, but I don't really see it happening right now. So let's dust off everything and let's take a look. Look at that, no clinging. Much better. Alright, so going into the part of the video that I cannot wait, well, I couldn't wait for it at all, but it's going to be trying out these wonderful new products right here. So I do have the Revolution Glow. It's going to be the Ultra Matte Bronzer, and I showed you guys this in the vlog as well. Told you guys it's a nice, huge packaging. and I have mine in the color called Deep. They do have shades that's actually deeper than this, surprisingly. It's going to be more of a cool tone kind of bronzer. I like more of a warm tone bronzer, but it's fine. We're still going to use it today. I'm going to be super light-handed because this is really dark. Like, this is really dark. So let's go into it. I told you guys it smells really good. If you don't like smells, you may not like that, but it smells like a product I've had before that's a food product. Like, I'm getting like a grape soda vibe from it. I don't know, but it smells so good. So let's see. All right. And I'm just being super light-handed, going in circular motions. I have so much like baby hair on my face. Look at my hair, y'all. So much baby hair. That's pretty. And this is me again going super light with it, but it almost looks kind of gray on me. I'm not opposed to it, it just looks really gray on me, and I don't think I like that. Alright, before I finish off the rest of my complexion products, let me just finish off my eyes. I'm going to finish off my eyes. So going back into the Colourpop palette, I'm going to take that shade that I used in my crease and run it up against my lower lash line. It's going to be the one called Nebula, that one right there. I don't know why down here feels so sensitive today. I make the ugliest faces when I do like my lower lash line. I hate it. Like, it feels like I got punched in the eye. Like, that's how it feels. Like, it hurts. I'm gonna take the color called Lil Dipper. Is this, I don't know, it's like a nudish kind of color, and just blend out that lower lash line. Going back into the Colourpop palette, I'm just gonna take the color called Intergalactic. Is gonna be that same color that we use in our lid, and apply it into my inner tear duct. Then I'm gonna go over that and take the color called Infinity. It's gonna be that really pretty gold color, and just put that right on top. Alright, going back into our complexion products, I'm going to take the BH Chocolate Marshmallow Truffle 4-Color Blush Palette. I showed you guys in the vlog that it was broken. Unfortunately, once I received it, I was so sad because it's that exact color that I like that's broken. So I probably can't use it because it's like literally in pieces. So I'm gonna take the color called, I'm gonna take this color right here and that color on the bottom and just mix the two. It's almost like I used a matte and a shimmer color. I wish I could show you guys, but like it's gonna fall all on my carpet. But that color on top is like a shimmer color, so I just kind of mix the two, and I got this really pretty like highlighted look, but it's not really intense, so it still comes across as like matte, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna take my stippling brush and just blend it out. Alright, for our highlighter, I'm just going to take my Revolution Pro. It's going to be the Supreme highlighter in the color called Metal, just to highlight my face. And I'm going to take, I want to take that color because I think it'll be perfect, but I think it's too light for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this one and probably mix it in with that one. I went too heavy-handed over here, but we will blend it out. Don't worry. Alright, you guys, and then for lips, I do have one new lip product. It's going to be the Revolution Pro Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss. This one is in a color called Cookie. I told you guys it reminded me of the Fenty Gloss Bomb, that new chocolate color. So I just thought the color was really pretty. But I'm just going to go ahead and take my NYX Lip Liner in the color called Espresso and line my lips. There's actually some pigmented color going on here. It smells like mint. It smells like mint, like eucalyptus mint. But it is, I mean, it's a plumping lip gloss, the Saida. I was not expecting this intensity of a color. Like, I'm quite surprised. It's really pretty. Just gonna take my Believe Beauty Makeup Perfecting Setting Spray and spray my face. Alright, you guys, this is pretty much going to be the completed makeup look right here. I must say I don't know, it's just very different for me because I feel like everything is just very cool tone. Which I'm not used to. I love my warm tone eyeshadows. I love my warm tone bronzers. I just like to stay on the warm tone side of the spectrum because I feel like those colors are more flattering for me. But it was definitely fun to kind of like play outside of my comfort zone. So starting off with the Colourpop eyeshadow palette, I don't know, I see the potential of the palette. I think the colors in person look, you know, like they look pretty, but I just don't think I'm like overly obsessed with the palette. There's so much fallout with these shimmer colors, and I just kind of feel like in terms of a transition color, or outer V color, it weren't really that many options in here besides just that one color at the bottom called Nebula. I feel like this color right here, like for a woman of color, is not really the most appealing color. And then of course you have this gray color right here. So I do get the color scheme in terms of what they was going for with the palette, but when I just think about skin complexions, I just don't think it's the most suiting color for your deeper complexions to me. Somebody else might feel differently, but for me it's just not the best matte shades to use if you are a woman of color. In terms of the shimmer shades, I do think the shimmer shades are very pretty in terms of the color scheme of them. However, you do get a lot of kickback and it does crumble on you a little bit, but when I applied with my fingers, it was more pigmented. It applied better compared to applying it with a brush. It did apply better with my MAC brush compared to my Profusion brush, but I don't know, like I had really high hopes for this palette because I like their other palette that I have in my collection. This one just kind of let me down just a little bit. So if I was you, I would probably pass on the palette. I do think they have other palettes that have like better color schemes in them compared to this particular palette. So I'll probably say just pass on this one. Moving on into the next product, it's going to be the bronzer. I don't know about this bronzer, y'all. Like in person it looks like I got hit in the face in person. However, on my screen on camera it looks fine. So I guess because again I'm not used to those cool tone colors, but I do feel like if I stay light-handed with it, I can definitely make it work in my favor compared to being super heavy-handed with it. So I do think it's a really pretty bronzer. I think it's definitely pigmented. You guys saw I applied the bare minimum because it's really dark, but I do think it's really pretty in terms of what your expectations would be. You're gonna get your expectations met. It just boils down to a color in terms of personal preference for me, and I just like that more warm tone bronzer. However, I can definitely see myself using this bronzer again. I definitely will because I paid for it, but I just have to get used to stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'll just say that. I don't think the product is a bad product. It's fine. It's just me in terms of personal preference, but I would definitely keep playing with that palette some more because it definitely has potential. The BH palette, I like this palette. I'm just so mad that mine's broke in shipment when it came to me because that color is definitely my kind of color. But I definitely like the pigmentation and the intensity of the colors in here. I think it's so pretty. Again, they do have other color options depending on what your preference is and your skin complexion. So definitely pick it up. I did mix the matte and the shimmer together and it looked really pretty on the skin. So do enjoy that palette. And then I was quite surprised by this product. It did not cling to any of my patches today, which I was very happy about. So again, it might have been the different products that I used in that video compared to this video, and of course maybe because my skin is not as dry today compared to how it was the other day. So I do know if you have dry skin, I mean, you don't really want to have to worry about a powder clinging to your dry patches, because my other powders haven't done it. Even like on the days where I do have like really dry skin, it doesn't cling to my dry patches. But I'm not gonna knock the product because I do think it definitely looks really pretty under the eyes. I like how it looks really like flawless and it looks almost like blurred. So I definitely will keep that product in rotation in my you know, my other loose powders because it looks really pretty under the eyes. And I was kind of let down when it didn't work because I did like how it looked in person. So I'm happy to see that in today's video it didn't cling to any dry patches today. And this little lip plumping balm is really nice. I did not expect that intensity of the color because swatching it in the vlog, it swatched like a typical gloss, but applying it to my lips is definitely really pigmented, and it has a minty feeling because it is a plumping gloss, but it's not like your traditional plumping glosses that's really uncomfortable to wear. And the last product is going to be the hydrating primer. It's not the most hydrating primer that I have in my collection, to be honest with you. It applies watery, but after a while it becomes kind of like tacky, as you guys saw in the video how it was like kind of tacky. So it's not the most hydrating, however it's not the most drying hydration primer either. I just think it's one of those primers that's there. Does it wow me? No. Will I return it? No, because I mean it does what it's supposed to do. I just have other face primers in my collection that's more hydrating than this particular one right here, but I will still use it. Do I like that I look kind of like matte in person? I don't, but again it just boils down to, you know, how much hydration you want for your skin. So I think that's pretty much all of my brand new products. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it 2 thumbs up. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.